I remember that before I went blind, I could see photographs that my family took of me. And the rest of my family on vacations and stuff. Please stop the camera. Oh gosh.
What would our lives be like without art? Without photographs? Without any images at all? I can't imagine it. For the blind, that's all they know. As a teenager, I discovered photography. For years, I photographed wars and traveled with presidents, and I learned firsthand the power images have on all of us.
Some of the activities that I used to do, I don't do as much now because I can't really see it. For example, going to a museum.
I often wish that I could see photographs, see people's faces, especially my children.
I went to a museum in Memphis. I could have been standing in front of a painting or a fire extinguisher. I'm not really sure.
You know, there was a time in our history where we spent a lot of time, energy, resource trying to get access to the printed word. The next great frontier is for us to think about how we give blind people access to images, both artistic images in art or in photographs.
I think art and collections are really important for the blind. You can really tell a story through a piece of art or through an image. There are so many different stories around certain objects that you really can't get through words.
6 years ago, I set out to find a way for the blind to enjoy photos and art. I assembled a small team of engineers and 3D technicians and asked them, what if? What if we can engineer 3D technology to create photographic prints that blind people can see? What impact will that have on the 285 million blind and visually impaired men, women, and children worldwide?
There's nothing in museums for the blind now. Very little audio. Most things are hidden so you can't touch it. You know, can't damage it. So I don't go to museums.
Museums aren't doing the best job that they can right now because they really don't have a solution. They don't have the means to serve those with low vision.
In the last 5 years, technology has exploded in terms of what persons who are blind are able to do and the kind of information we're able to connect with. One area that's still been very challenging is being able to interpret two-dimensional images. This is a necessary next step when it comes to being able to connect with our very visual culture.
My team has developed a powerful solution, one that converts any painting, drawing, collage, or photograph to a three-dimensional tactile print. Using their fingertips, the blind experience our prints through tactile feedback. This feedback creates a mental picture that allows them to see the art, often for the first time. Neuroscience research into neuroplasticity confirms that the brain is able to use tactile information coming from the fingertips as if it were coming from the eyes.
When I touch, I visualize automatically.
Sensors are embedded throughout the print, and when activated by touch, they provide custom audio that describes what is taking place at that exact coordinate. We showed the blind our three-dimensional printing and asked for their feedback.
Yep, looks like kind of the water right here. And it's interesting to see some of the men on these boats.
Background music and everything.
First of all, I'm excited.
They told us how our process allowed them to see and create mental images of the art. They told us how this would help level the playing field between the sighted and the blind.
You definitely get a lot more detail, the combination of the descriptions that are there, and of course being able to feel it.
The sensors seem to be very well placed.
You get a better mental image.
It gave me a broader picture of what I'm looking at.
And then all the details.
It's cool.
The technology allows the blind to create mental pictures. It's the difference between reading about a rose and smelling one. Our goal is to provide the blind with access to art and photography at every museum, every science center, and every cultural institution, first in this country and then beyond. But to take this to everyone, I need your help. I need to grow our production capabilities. To do that, we need more space, additional equipment, and added staff. Once we have increased manufacturing capability, within 120 days, we can begin to share the world's greatest art and greatest photography with this deserving audience.